Yo, what is going on, Outriders, and welcome back to another Outriders gameplay video. Hey, in this video we're going to talk about ways that you can bake the captain, because I know a lot of people are out there trying to farm their legendary drops from the captain strategy, and they're nerfing the chests soon, which I never thought the chests were that lucrative anyways. But I've got multiple legendary drops off the captain. I know he works. I highly recommend it. And farming in any looter is all about efficiency. So if you want to get the most bang for your buck, you want to roll the dice, the most chances possible in your gaming session, you want to have a nice, efficient way to farm that captain in a short amount of time. So I'm going to show you a number of different strategies here, and we'll start with the one that kind of requires the most setup to do, and that is an under 30-second run. And this is basically, as soon as you spawn in at that checkpoint, you run straight to the captain's spawn and you bake him, right? And you can do that in under 30 seconds, which is great because obviously, sub 30-second runs, you're gonna get 2 runs in per minute. That's a pretty efficient farming method. You roll the dice twice in a minute. You got say you're farming for an entire hour. If you're just pounding away, you're looking at around 120 rolls of the dice, 120 chances to get a legendary drop. And I'll show you a few different strategies here, and it'll depend on what kind of a build you've got going on, but these are the most efficient ways to farm the boss. And the first one's the hardest, the third one will be the easiest, then there's a sort of middle ground one. But all of these will clock you in. The first one will be 30 seconds, the second one's around like 45, and the last one's about a minute, where you're looking at about a minute per run. So it's going to cut your efficiency in half. But that's just for like if you want to farm him until you get the right armor perks and weapon perks, and then you can start ramping up the difficulty and going a little bit more aggressive to try and get faster runs in. So here we go. We'll start it off with the shortest run, the sub 30-second run. Now I've seen people out there who are like, oh, I do 10-second runs. I'm like, you're a liar. it takes like 15 seconds just for the captain to spawn. From where you start, you got to run all the way up to him. So running up to his door is about 15 seconds roughly. So once you get there, you want to bake him in under 15 seconds. Here's how I'm doing it. So I'll try and maybe I'll do a video for each of the individual classes, but this one I'm going to focus on the Trickster because this is my 4th character. It's the most recent one I made and the most recent one I leveled up. So that's the kind of gameplay I got today. But anyways, here's what we're doing. A lot of people like to use twisted rounds. I'm actually not using twisted rounds. I know you can bake bosses and captains with twisted rounds, but I'm actually just keeping it simple with Temporal Blade and Hunt the Prey. The reason I want Temporal Blade is because I've got 2 charges with my armor mod, so that I can interrupt the captain's ability. So there's a couple that you really want to look out for. There's the healing pulse, where he's going to heal all of his damage back to full health. You don't want him to get that off. So you want to make sure you have the opportunity to interrupt, and that's a great way to do it, is by using that Temporal Blade. Also, one of the things that I like about Temporal Blade is while I'm fighting the captain, it's going to blow up other ads around him and give me overshields and health back, so that's a good thing too. So, Temporal Blade for interrupting. You don't want him to cast from the ashes, because then when you kill him, he's just going to sit there as a little orb of death and then respawn. You got to kill him again. You want to make sure you've got an interrupt. And then I'm also using Hunt the Prey. I'm using that because my armor mods make it so that when I teleport behind somebody, it's going to inflict a weakening effect, so I can do more damage with my guns for a few seconds after I teleport up on the captain, which is great. Plus, I'm going to get more shields, and shields are good. If you're going for the 30-second bake, shields are good because you have all the ads around you. You want to have time after you kill the captain to look at the loot, see if it's a legendary, pick it up before you die, right? So shields are good, so you want to maintain as much health as possible. That's why I'm using this combo. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to beeline it to the spawn door where the captain spawns. And as soon as I see him, I'm going to use my Hunt the Prey ability. I'm going to teleport right up on him. It's going to inflict weakening. I'm immediately then going to throw down my slow trap. And so as he's in there, I have more time to react to his casts, so I can interrupt them if I need to. But you can also do an armor mod that does the weakening effect in the bubble, in the slow bubble. I'm not running that personally. I know some people do. That's another combo people use, is the weakening bubble plus the twisted rounds. But and if that's your preferred method, go for it. But this is just a different. I think this is a little bit easier. But anyways, I throw down that bubble, and as soon as I throw down the slow bubble, I'm going to hit him with a temporal blade, and then I'm just going to blast him with a shotgun. And until my mag is spent, I'm going to hit him with another temporal blade. And you got two choices here. You can reload the shotgun if you like that, or switch to your other weapon. Have another CQC weapon. You can have an SMG. You can have a double gun, you know, something like that. It's going to do big damage up close and finish them off. And you're going to do that in under 15 seconds. So you're looking at a sub 30-second run. Now the build that I'm using for this run, you know, for these runs that you're seeing in the gameplay here, what I've got going on is, well, I'll just hit the mods that are important. But I'm definitely using the Hunt the Prey armor mod that's going to decrease the cooldown of my teleport by 20%. That's good if he manages to get a cast and you need to get out quickly. That's your like get out of jail free card, having a quick cooldown on that, so you can teleport out to maybe a peripheral enemy, kill them, and get to cover. But I'm using Slasher on my pants, and that's a mod for your temporal blade. It makes it so that you can use 2 charges. It's really important for the bake that I'm doing. I'm using Cut Loose on the gloves, and that reduces my temporal blade cooldown. I'm using the Weakening Prey mod on my boots, which makes it so I can teleport up to them, and when I do that, it's going to give me shields and give them a weakened debuff. Yeah, so those are the important things. I've also got Apply Shield on my temporal blade on the helmet, which makes it so I get shields I get a shield buff whenever I kill someone with a temporal blade, which is nice because I'm going to be killing ads, because it's sort of a wide sweeping attack as I'm hitting the captain. In terms of my weapons, this is really important. I'm using a shotgun that has this combination. It has weapon life leech, and it has Shield Maiden. Shield Maiden is an extremely helpful mod when you're going to be up in you know, the ad's business, pumping damage into them point blank range. Shield Maiden is going to help me generate a lot of shields to help tank the damage up close while the other ads are shooting me while I'm shooting the captain. So I go in first and foremost with my Shield Maiden shotgun, and if you do any amount of farming, you're probably going to encounter a Shield Maiden weapon life leech, a weapon of some kind. Hopefully it's a shotgun, maybe it's an SMG, but get one of those. You really want a Shield Maiden gun for those close bakes, and because you're going to be in harm's way. In my other weapon slot, I'm currently using a double gun that just does big damage up close. It's got armor piercing on it, which isn't really that important, but there's a lot of breachers around, so that can be kind of helpful for the breachers. But anyways, yeah, so that's a combo I was using, but you can substitute anything in that you like. I mean, I've been substituting in the Grim Marrow legendary light machine gun on top of the Shield Maiden shotgun as well, and that can lead to a lot of fun too, because that's a really cool legendary. If you don't have the Grim Marrow yet, I hope you get your hands on one. It's a really cool light machine gun. But anyways, so that's bake strategy number 1. This is the more difficult one. Once you've got all the armor mods that you need to do big damage up close, you can do a sub 15-second bake up close. Just run straight to the door. Now, like I said, there's a couple of other options you have if you're trying to bake the captain. That's the more difficult one. You need a good build to do that. If you've got a decent build, but you're not quite confident enough in your ability to drop him up close quarters every time, you know, and you might die half the time, just back it off, farm him in a little bit more of a safe manner. And this is what I like to do when I don't have a great build going on. You can just, instead of taking a right and going to the spawn door, just keep going straight. There's that ramp on the left. You're going to have a marksman that comes running down. Usually he comes running, about 9 out of 10 times, the marksman will come running down. I'll teleport right up to him. The marksman can be dangerous when you're trying to bake the captain. So I'll teleport up to him. I'll hit him with the shotgun. I'll turn around. I'll temporal slash the first breacher that comes down that ramp. Hit him with one shotgun shot. That's gonna one-hit kill him. So you just tag him with the shotgun, walk away. The temporal explosion is gonna kill him. Then at the bottom of the ramp, there's the spawn doors that are up that hill a little ways. Right at the bottom, if you go down the ramp, it's up to your left. So after I kill breacher number 1, I'm gonna go down the ramp, take a left, and there's gonna be another breacher there. Same thing, temporal slash, smack him with a shotgun, and at that point, you know he's gonna blow up and die. I just turn around and I run back to the bridge. There's a lot of cover there to work with. Sometimes other guys will throw grenades at you, but the reason you want to kill those breachers is because they're the ones that really like to you know, they drop the grenades and they like to run up on you to force you out of cover. So that's why we take out the marksman and we take out the 2 breachers. You come back to the bridge. And at this point, you're really just trying to kite the captain to come and challenge you on the bridge. You got a lot of cover there. You can kind of get into a little bit of a 1v1 with the captain if you get him on the bridge. Some of the ads will still have an angle on you, but it's not all of them, and it's certainly survivable. It's much more survivable. So it limits it mitigates the damage incoming. So that's sort of like the medium strategy. Bake him on the bridge. And you're going to take some extra time doing this one because you're clearing a few key ads first and then baiting him to the bridge. It's going to add about another 15 seconds to your run. So you're looking at about a 45-second run, which is still not bad for farming. You can do better, and when you get a better build, you definitely want to run straight to the spawn door for the captain and bake him there. But in the meantime, this is a good way to farm not just legendaries, but also blue drops that are going to help fill the gaps in your armor and in your build, so that you can have a better build for doing the more difficult bake. The third and final strategy, which is much more safe, you're only going to get one run in a minute if you do this strategy, but it still works. It's tried and true, and a lot of people like to use this approach. I don't use it anymore. I've got good endgame builds on all 4 of my characters, so I go for the bake at the door. But if that's not you, this is an option for you. It's much safer. Same strategy as the last one on the first half. First half, you're going to go run straight to the marksman that comes down the ramp on the left as soon as you cross the bridge. I'm going to teleport up to him. I'm going to cast my slow. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to temporal slash the breacher, shoot him with a shotgun. Go down the ramp, take a left, temporal slash the second breacher, hit him with a shotgun. Now I have a lot of shields to work with. It's going to keep me safe on my retreat. Now we're going to turn, we're going to run. You're going to turn around, you're going to run all the way back to where the resupply crates are, where you started your checkpoint. And you're just going to wait for the captain. The captain's going to come to you. But here's the thing about this. A lot of the captains will cast these attacks that will go all the way back to you. Now, you don't want to get hit with a vortex, because that's going to pull you right back out of safety and put you right in the middle of all the ads again. So you don't want to just sit still. When you come back here and you're waiting for the captain to push you, you want to keep moving. And you can keep an eye on his skull icon through the wall. The second you see it disappear, that's when you know he's casting an attack on you. It could be the beam traps, it could be the vortex, it could be the wandering flame tornado. So as soon as you see that skull disappear, you know you gotta move. If you get hit with that vortex, it's not good. It's gonna teleport you right to him, and you're gonna be in harm's way in a bad way. So keep moving until he comes all the way back to you. By this time, all of your abilities should be cooled down. If you're the trickster, you can teleport up to him, do the weakening teleport, put down the slow trap, hit him with a temporal blade, start blasting him with your weapon, hit him with another temporal blade, and keep blasting away until he goes down. And that's a great way to farm the captain in a much more safe manner. It's going to be like a guaranteed kill every time, but you're not going to be putting yourself quite in harm's way. But the trade-off, again, is that it's going to take twice as long as baking him at his spawn door. So you just got to find out which strategy is best for you, what can your build handle right now. So pick the appropriate one, farm him for an hour or two, check your gear, maybe go back to the tower, break down the mods that are repeats so that you can bank them for crafting later, sell whatever you don't need, create some inventory space for you, and plug the gaps in your armor with anything that might be better suited to bake the captain. And then you can try stepping it up and going to bake strategy number 2 on the bridge. And then if that's getting easy, then you can try baking them at the door until it's a consistent bake. And yeah, I hope you found these strategies helpful. Hopefully you have a sort of good course of action moving forward. You know what you're going to do. Yeah, so if you would find it helpful, I'd be more than happy to show some Captain Bake builds on the other 3 classes as well. So thanks for watching the video. I appreciate it. Be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you out there on Enoch sometime. Bye-bye.